Hello everybody and welcome back to another mod showcase. Today's mod pack we are showing is the Hopper Gadgetry mod, which invites 5 new items into this game. As you can see behind me, offers the Chute, the Duct, the Grated Hopper Minecart, and the Chute Minecart. And I'm going to show everything that these things can do, and first I'll be starting off with the Chute, so I will see you guys right over there. So the basic first aspect with the Chute is it can only pick up items that are on the actual ground. So if I throw that stack of wood there, the one advantage is instead of like a normal hopper, if I grab a normal hopper here and were to do the exact same thing and put this 64 stack of oak logs, it takes a second to get in there. If I take this exact same stack, just throw it through the Chute, it automatically gets transferred into the chest. Very quick method if you have a lot of items coming through and you just need to get them in the chest. What I like to use this for is if I grab a sword here and I go over to a mob spawner. I just made a very basic mob spawner here. There's just some spawners in there. And I go and kill these mobs. Let's just say there were zombies. Let's just say there's a whole bunch more skeletons, everything like that. All the items just get sucked right up into the chest. They don't actually end up in your inventory too, which is huge because sometimes with the hopper, there's a little bit of delay when it comes to actually going into the chest and you pick it up and then it's annoying in your inventory. When it comes to the minecart, the Chute minecart, figured I'd get that done. A good employment of this is using it for a sheep farm, a wool farm, which as you can see, the wool just goes directly in here. And once the sheep eats, it will just go transfer directly into this chest rather than having a delay, but also in the sheer fact that this hopper or the Chute minecart is a lot cheaper. If you look at the recipe for a Chute, which I have it here, it's very cheap compared to a normal hopper, as you can see. And then the actual hopper, the Chute minecart looks just like this. So it's very, very cheap, only 5 iron, not 10. As you can see, it just went straight into here. There was no delay. I was kind of waiting for that to happen. But yeah, so that is what the Chute does. It's a very basic item. It's a very early on item hopper, basically. If you don't have a lot of iron, this is a very good option if you pick up a whole bunch of items real quick. Which moves us into our next part, which will be the duct. So jumping into what the duct does. So the duct is just it's just a normal hopper that moves items. But the big advantage you have here is the duct is a lot cheaper. So as this only takes 1 iron to make 1 duct, obviously this setup would take 20, when this one only takes 8. But it works exactly the same. If I were to throw some planks in there and throw some planks in here, you can see this one would end up through there, and this one would also end up there. You can also see it can only do 1 item at a time, which most, this could do 3 at a time. So very, very quick and a lot cheaper to move items around. That's the very basic use of the duct, but it's a very cheap way to move items around if you had to move them a long distance, or, it's better than having a big elevator down or up or down, which is, I think, a lot easier to use and a lot easier to understand how to use them. But yes, let's jump into our main event, which is going to be the Grated Hopper. So jumping into the main aspect of this mod is the Grated Hopper. The Grated Hopper can actually be made like this. You have an iron bar on top of just normal hopper, or you actually have the entire recipe if you're just trying to make a whole bunch of them. But basically what the hopper does, the Grated Hopper does, is it allows you to filter out items. If I wanted this to only pick up wood, iron, another type of wood, and, let's just say I only wanted to pick up these 3 items, I can just employ these 3, block those out so it doesn't pick up anything else. And then I can just go through, and if I throw a piece of wood on it, won't grab it. If I throw iron, it will grab it. So just simple like that. And just a simple little mock-up trick. I have this one set up to grab all this stuff. And this one set up to grab only those 2 things. So if I throw those items in here, throw it like that. As you can see, we're getting items here. We're getting items here. Allows you to basically easily filter, which is the big event for this. So then you have the Grated Hopper Minecart. Sorry, big word scramble there, but that's how the recipe is, just normal minecart with the Grated Hopper. But I have a nice mock-up here and a huge filter section, so I actually have this set up to pick up iron, anything that needs smelted, and coal obviously as a fuel source. And I have a little bit of iron in there, but it will automatically smelt that. Then I have a item crafter, so this will be crafting up. I think sugar is the main thing that I have this picking up, if I remember correctly, right? Yeah, sugar, I just have a 1 item crafter because it's very simple to employ. And then you have this picking up anything that's loose or non-useful items. So if I go ahead and do this, and just let that kind of run, the only negative is this thing actually, I don't have this filtered out to grab stuff, so if I just had this filtered to only grab wood, it would only grab wood. But you can't really have a junk chest unless I do with normal hoppers. But that's basically how this works. So this will hopefully be giving out coal here, right? Should be picking up coal. Yep. And the coal should... Oh, the coal... Okay, the coal automatically... I have this set up wrong. The coal wood... I would need to break this up with more grated hoppers, actually, funny enough. But to put more, maybe the coal here on the side, so that it actually gets set up into there. But I could have that very simply put in place. And if I change this over to be picking up more of the actual sugar cane, this should work to where... should just start putting the sugar cane in here, and this should start being crafted, right? Yes. So the crafter is working. So it allows everything to be working in sync. It allows your auto sorters to be a lot smaller, and it also allows you to just kind of, if I want to put all my stone blocks, you know, I get home from a mining trip or a wood cutting trip, I can just throw all my stuff in here. It allows you to employ something like that a lot easier. You know, makes it a lot easier to play the game. And I've always hated making item sorters just because they take a while. This cuts down on that time by tenfold. So before we get to the conclusion, I thought it'd be actually really useful to show you kind of how to employ this. So let's just say I have my mob farm here. I want to import some grated hoppers in here. So just like that, all those items get in. So let's just say I just want the creeper drops to go in one, skeleton drops to go in the other. Now, the only thing is this bow. So let's just say I wanted... this bow has a certain amount of durability. So let's just say I want all the bows to go in there as well. So I only want gunpowder to go through here. I want everything else to go through there. So as I go, I employ that. Everything drops directly into there. As you can see, gunpowder is going in here. And if I go and kill some more of these mobs, a whole bunch of mobs in here. Obviously, if I had a better sword, also, it would work a lot better too. Go ahead and employ that. All this stuff here, just so that... So now all your drops of this, and if I had... do I have that bow? If I were to put that bow in here, it would also... should end up... I think, right? Good. Okay, no. The filter doesn't. The filter does stop. I'm actually learning that now. So the filter does stop. But if I grab just a bow in general, I wonder if it grabs it entirely. If I grab you, and I put you in there, does it grab those things? Nope. Okay. So in general, that doesn't work like that. But if you did have bows, you could maybe just put a normal hopper on the side here. So like rather than the gunpowder, I could also have normal. Let's just say go into a normal hopper. Or well, I guess I could use a graded one, it doesn't matter. But everything that isn't sorted all of a sudden goes in here. Then I have another sort here, goes and picks up only gunpowder for this one. So I could break that up a little further. So I only want gunpowder to go through here. I guess you don't need to block everything up, but now I have all the bows, and the gunpowder ends in that one, but any bows stay in here, which allows you to put armor, anything non-stackable through a mob farm. Thought that would get that clear and figure out how to do that and show how you guys do that. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, guys, and if you have, please hit that subscribe button down below, maybe the like button, comment what your favorite feature is in this mod, and if you would actually use it, and let me know what you guys want to see in the future. This is a great mod, and I really like it, and I will use it in the future. Thank you guys all so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.